Hey there YouTube, Arab Carthage here. I don't have a whole lot of time tonight, so I figured I'd do something a little bit different. Figured let's do some of these famous historical battles. I've actually played this one before, but it's a fun one, because I get to play as Uesugi Kenshin. So hopefully you like that. Let's pick it. I'm going to put it on the very hard setting, just to give the AI the best chance possible. So this is a famous battle between Uesugi Kenshin and Takeda Shingen, and anyway, the announcer will describe some of the historical facts surrounding the battle when it starts. Some of these historical battles seemed pretty challenging, especially whenever I first had the demo. I found them to be much easier now, and some of them are easier than others, but like I just played earlier the Battle of Sekigahara again, and it's so much easier now, and I sometimes wonder why I had such a hard time with it whenever the demo was out. I guess just because I wasn't used to the game, but once you understand some of the features of the game, these battles get to be pretty fun. But one of the things I like about this battle is it kind of illustrates a tactical mistake that Shingen made that gave Kenshin a chance to win the battle. However, historically speaking, in real life, no one was actually the clear victor of this battle, if I remember right. So yeah, there wasn't really a clear victor here, and the rivalry between Shingen and Kenshin was very interesting. Anyway, I'll let you listen to the opening narration.
For 8 years and 3 battles, Uesugi Kenshin struggled against Takeda Shingen. They met for the 4th time on the Hachimambara plain in Kawanakajima. Reliable spies had informed Uesugi Kenshin of movement within the Takeda castle during the night before the battle. Takeda Shingen split his army in 2, believing this to be a secret. He would lead 1/3 of his men down onto the plain during the night. The remainder, under the command of his leading general, were to climb Mount Saijo, where the Uesugi were camped, to catch them unawares and drive them down onto the plain and onto the waiting spears of Takeda's men. Lord Uesugi, as always, proved to be Takeda Shingen's equal. During the night, he silently marched onto the plain. He now had the advantage as he moved against the unsuspecting Takeda army. With Takeda Shingen's army divided and superior Uesugi numbers on the plain, victory for Uesugi Kenshin was now a clear possibility.
Alright, so let's quickly gather up our troops. I've played this battle before, so I roughly know what I want to accomplish here. I'm going to send a couple of units of my... Oh, whoops, accidentally selected all my troops. I'm holding control, and then you can double-click a unit type, and it'll select all that unit type. So some of you, I think, were wondering how that worked. Let's take my Katana Cav out here. I don't want my matchlock units, but I want my bow units over here. And basically I'm going to use them to help pick a fight in this vicinity. Let's see, I got 2 of my spears headed that way. Troops definitely start out, let's see, I want my matchlock warrior monks. You gotta hurry and reposition your troops because you're gonna have Takeda forces moving from the mountain, as you heard. So there we go. I've got my troops coming into the general formation that I desire. I'm going to take these Katana Cav wide and come at them from that direction. I'm going to wait till I get the rest of my bow units down here. I've got some bow warrior monks and some other bow units on the way. Let me show you where the I actually can't extend the camera out all the way, but the other Takeda troops, you can see them now crossing the river back there. And then the Takeda troops that are up in front of me are mostly bow units, and they can tear you up pretty bad because you'll notice that as far as bow units go, they have some excellent position with a lot of open field in front of them with no cover fire, or with no cover from their fire, so you would get absolutely ripped up just marching straight on them. So now I'm going to start a bow fight, and I'm going to turn my flaming arrows on, try and do as much damage as I can. Over here I'm going to use my matchlock right in front of my spears, and if the Takeda cavalry comes in too quickly, then I'll make mincemeat of them. this unit of Yari Ashigaru is coming after me, and I'm going to see if I can sandwich it and deliver a knockout blow in that way. So I'm going to come at him from two different directions. Sometimes you can ruin a spear unit this way even with just cavalry. You can see my bow forces are starting the skirmish. And if I can just distract these infantry troops for long enough, yeah, you can see their bow troops are definitely superior in this case, but my bows, I'm just using them as a distraction really. And look, I was able to pretty much just smash this Yari Ashigaru, and now I can just start mopping up these archers all the way down the line. And I've just got some spear units down here as fodder. Hopefully I can absorb some missile fire with them. I'll try it, because I've got plenty of spear troops in this battle. Yeah, now the Takeda missiles are going to pay the price of that mistake. And then when I need to, I'll get my sword units involved down there with the Takeda infantry. My bow warrior monks are still at full strength, so that'll work out nice. Looks like I've routed one unit of archers. And see, these archers can fire at these Yari Ashigaru units all they want. They're going to serve as my meat shields. I don't really need them. A lot of times in these historical battles, you can pause it and do some quick thinking if you want, but I kind of like to just act quickly and decide what I want to do. But you need to make a good plan, and the strength of my army is I have a ton of spears to fight against the Takeda cavalry, so I'm going to use those. I also have matchlock units, which in this battle the Takeda do not. They do have superior bows, but I have, I think I have a good opportunity here. Let's see, I'm going to tune my bow warrior monks onto that next unit. I'm going after Takeda Shingen right now. Here's his unit fighting against my Katana Cav. Not sure exactly where he's at, but there's a quick zoom in on that. I think, let's see, just got more bow units down there. Yeah, you can see my bow warrior monks are pretty much shredding these guys from a distance. They do have some katana infantry down here in the fight. I'm really just hoping to kill Takeda Shingen, sorry, I keep saying the names wrong. Not real good with Japanese. So yeah, my katana cavalry are actually doing quite a bit of whipping up in that vicinity. And you can see my bow warrior monks made quick work. I'm not even going to need my sword units down here, I don't think. I'm going to pull this Yari Ashigaru unit in to help reinforce. I'm pretty sure my Katana Cav, though, is going to finish off this sword unit. But I'll bring these guys down to reinforce, as there's some Takeda spears reinforcing that fight now. In fact, I should probably just get my Katana Cav out of there. I'll go ahead and pull down a couple of units of my Katana infantry. Just come finish this up, or maybe I can hammer and anvil these guys out with my remaining Cav. Of course, my Cav's going to be getting tired. See the superior range and accuracy of my bow units, and even with it on very hard, the computer isn't marching to engage me, so I'm not really sure what the reasoning behind that is. There I have a perfect setup for a hammer and anvil. I'm going to put these guys on defensive. They're about to break, though, so hopefully they can just hold out a second longer. Yeah, okay, sweet. Good, they held out. See, and there my hammer and anvil ended up smashing the remainder of those Takeda troops. So you can see that I've had to use very little of my army, but I've used it to great effect. So here comes the... Oh, crap, I didn't realize the first waves of Takeda cavalry were here. My two matchlock units, hopefully, it looks like the smoke, they got their shots off. I'm going to put my spears into a defensive formation. I'm going to try and pull my matchlock out of there without losing them, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And I'm going to pull Kenshin up closer to the action. Let's get these units all back up here. Got another spear unit. There we go. Alright, so the Takeda Cav is going to rout now. I didn't realize they'd gotten a hold of my matchlock, but my matchlock probably took a... Yeah, they did take a chunk out of the Takeda Cav on the way in. You can see the dead cavalrymen there. I'll now tell my matchlock to engage that bow cav that's irritating me. And I'm going to make a long defensive spear line here. There we go. I've got my my matchlock in range of this Takeda bow cav. And much in the fashion of matchlock, you can see it's going to make very quick work, even with depleted numbers, of any cavalry troops. Matchlock's extremely good against cavalry, in my opinion. So now I've got a defensive spear line. I'm going to bring Shingen up, and I'm going to put him into... I'm going to rally my men that are near me. I'm going to put him into stand and fight. And that should make my spear wall actually pretty tough. Let's see, I don't know what this bow unit is doing out here, but I'll use it to attack that bow unit. Let's see, I do have my remaining katana cav. Let's run them out here. Get my sword units up here. I may not even end up needing my sword unit. With stand and fight activated, the numbers on my spears are actually going to be pretty good. So they're going to give a pretty good beating to any of these troops. I'm actually going to take Uesugi back here just a little bit. He's a little bit close to that fight for my liking. I've got my katana samurai moving in to reinforce, except most of the Takeda army is already in shambles. This fight's not going to go on too much long. Yep, there they go. Just a full massive chain rout there. So this has actually ended up being a decisive victory for Uesugi Kenshin. I'm glad I represented him well. It wasn't the case in real life. You can go read about that if you want to know a little bit more. Anyway, you can see that was a victory, so let's go ahead and end the battle. There's no real need for me to save the replay. Let's just go take a look at the statistics. So yeah, I kind of like these historical battles. They're pretty neat. I'll play I'll play one more here with you. But let's go ahead and, like I said, check out the results from this one. Playing against the AI, of course, is not near as much a challenge against a human, but it's still pretty fun, I think, in these historical battles, just because it's a nice scenario. Kind of immerses you maybe in a little bit of the history behind some of these characters. Alright, so there's the statistics. Let's put it in the list of kills here. My katana cavalry mopped up the most kills by a long shot, which is usually the same in my online armies. And then, wow, my bow warrior monks got 312 kills for 0 losses. It's pretty amazing. This matchlock monk got 115 kills. Jiminy Cricket. I didn't have to use my katana samurai. I think one unit got 2 kills. I didn't lose a single katana or I lost 4 katana soldiers in that entire fight. Yeah, wow, that's pretty amazing. Anyway, so there you go. That was the I'm gonna mess up the name if I say it. I heard it earlier.